Why the Universe is the Way It Is, by Hugh Ross, is a comprehensive exploration of the scientific evidence that supports the existence of a purposeful creator, as opposed to a random and accidental universe. Ross argues that the fine-tuning of physical constants, the complexity of living organisms, and the existence of the universe itself all point to an intelligent designer. He presents numerous examples and explanations from various scientific disciplines to build his case, while also addressing common objections and alternative explanations. The book begins by discussing the concept of fine-tuning, which refers to the delicate balance of physical constants and laws that govern the universe. Ross explains that if any of these constants were slightly different, the universe would not be able to support life as we know it. For instance, if the strong nuclear force were stronger, protons and neutrons would combine into a single particle, leaving no room for complex atoms or molecules. On the other hand, if it were weaker, nuclei would not hold together, and stars would not form. Ross provides numerous examples of fine-tuning from various fields, such as particle physics, astrophysics, and chemistry. He also addresses the objection that multiple universes could exist with different physical constants, with our universe being one of them that happened to support life by chance. However, he argues that this explanation is highly improbable and lacks empirical evidence. The author then turns his attention to the complexity of living organisms, which he contends provides further evidence for design. He discusses the intricate systems found in cells, such as the DNA replication machinery, the protein synthesis pathway, and the cellular transport system. Each of these systems is highly interdependent and must function perfectly for the cell to survive. Ross argues that the sheer complexity of these systems makes it highly unlikely that they could have evolved through random mutations and natural selection alone. Ross also discusses the origin of life itself, which he believes is another area where design is the most plausible explanation. He points out that the first self-replicating molecule must have contained all the information necessary for its own reproduction, as well as the machinery to carry out that reproduction. The author argues that this level of information and complexity could not have arisen through chance chemical reactions. The author then delves into the topic of cosmology, discussing the origin and development of the universe. He explains that the Big Bang Theory, which is well supported by scientific evidence, points to a beginning of time and space. Ross argues that this supports the idea of a creator, as it implies that the universe did not exist forever in the past. He also addresses the objection that the universe could have always existed, and that the Big Bang was simply the result of a cyclical process. However, he contends that this idea lacks empirical support and is highly speculative. In the final section of the book, Ross addresses various objections and alternative explanations for the evidence he presents. He discusses the role of chance in evolution, the possibility of parallel universes, and the argument from beauty, which posits that the universe's order and beauty reflect the nature of its creator. Throughout the book, Ross maintains that each of these objections and alternatives has significant flaws, and that the evidence for design is overwhelming. In conclusion, Why the Universe is the Way It Is by Hugh Ross provides a compelling case for the existence of a purposeful creator based on scientific evidence. By examining fine-tuning, complexity, and cosmology, Ross demonstrates that the universe exhibits features that are best explained by design, rather than chance or randomness. The book is meticulously researched and argued, making it an essential read for anyone interested in the intersection of science and religion.